Hello, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and today I'm going to talk to you about when to chip and when to pitch. It's something that a lot of people get confused with, and today I'm here to help you answer that simple question and also to discover what is a chip and what is a pitch. So if this is the first time to this channel, welcome. This channel is all about helping you play better golf and lowering your golf score. And one of the best ways to lower your score is to consider subscribing to this channel. Every video I make gets released at 9 AM Melbourne time. If you subscribe, hit the bell notification, you're then notified of every single video as they get released. So as I said, today we're going to talk to you about what is a chip and what is a pitch. So the easiest way to think about it, and I learnt this as a kid, what kid doesn't like chips? Chips come in a packet, they're crinkle cut, but they're flat. So chip shots go low and they run. The alternative is the pitch shot. And if we think of it as the pitch of an opera singer's voice, starts down here really low, gets up high, and then gets low. I won't sing, I don't want to lose any subscribers or viewers, but pitch shots go up and down. So they're the differences between the two, and a lot of people get them confused. So when I'm considering whether I should chip or whether I should pitch, there's a few things come into it. So firstly, it's what is the lie like? Is the ground hard? Is the ground soft? Is the grass thick or is the grass thin? The area that I have to travel over, is that quite thick or is that fairly fine? So there's an awful lot comes into it. The other thing that comes into it is, how am I feeling? How's my confidence? Have I been chipping well lately? Have I been pitching well lately? All of these things matter. So I always consider all of that type of thing, and then ultimately I make my decision. So I'll show you how I would go through my chipping process or pitching process to choose a shot from here. Okay, so here I have a shot of about 30 odd paces to the flagstick. And I've got probably about 6 paces to the edge of the green. So there's a lot of green to work with in this situation. And then about 3/4 of the way to the flag, the green rises and then it goes over a little ridge. So where the hole is actually just over a ridge. So this is quite a tricky situation. And I'll be honest, in most circumstances, given this type of challenge, I will tend to chip rather than pitch, because if I pitch it, where am I going to pitch it? I'm going to pitch it about halfway, maybe a bit further. I might catch the upslope, I might catch the downslope. It's going to be quite a tricky shot. So what I tend to want to do here is my instinct is to land the ball on the front portion of the green and then let it run up there. So as I'm chipping, I'm thinking about where is my landing area. I like my landing area to be roughly about 2 paces on the green. Gives me a bit of room for in case I mishit it. And then I will ask myself, what club do I need to make the ball run? Because it's never us that makes the ball run. It's really the club that makes the ball run, or the lack of loft on the club. So the more I want this ball to roll, the less loft I use. The more I want the ball to stop, the more loft I use. Okay, so pretty much every time I find myself in this situation, I'm going to try and get this ball to land on the front of the green and run up, because there's a lot of green to work with. So I'm going to choose a club that doesn't have much loft, which is a 5-iron. So this should get me enough loft to get over the fringe, land on the front edge with a lot of energy, and it's going to release up and down over that hill. So I just play the ball just very slightly back in my stance, hands very slightly forward. I'm going to keep the club low through impact, but I'm not going to decelerate. I want this ball to run, so I'm going to make sure I accelerate through the shot. And that ball was hit pretty well. I didn't really read it too well. It broke a little bit left. I should have aimed a bit right, but I'm not too unhappy from here. That's probably about 2 paces away. So it's about 6 feet. So I'm not too unhappy from this location. Now I'm going to pitch from here. This is a much tougher shot. I have to get my landing area absolutely perfect. In all honesty, with that chip shot, I probably landed it a bit short of where I wanted to, but it's a reasonable result. When I get my sand wedge out, or my 55-degree sand wedge, I've got to get this ball traveling a long time in the air. So when it lands, it's not going to roll very much. So I really have to get my landing area spot on. If it's slightly out, it really won't work that well. So we'll see how I go. It's landed halfway and stopped dead, and that's the problem with this. It wasn't really a bad shot, the contact was good, I just didn't hit the ball hard enough, and that's the problem with this. Now I've got probably a, what's that, 6, that's probably about a 25-foot putt. I would much prefer that 6-foot putt. I'll have another go with it. It's always easier the second time, so I've got to make sure this ball travels a greater distance through the air. So it's landed almost on top of the other one. It's kicked down the slope a little bit, but it's still not as close as that 5-iron that I hit. So given this circumstance, I will choose to chip it every single time. If I have a bunker to go over, then there's no choice. I have to pitch it. So what I recommend is that you get yourself into these situations and practice. Have 10 shots with the chip shot. Hit 10 pitches. If you can get a reasonable result, 7 out of 10 with either one of them, that's probably the way you should lean. And I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong, just for me, I would be chipping it. But you need to do your own research. So I'd encourage you to get out, get on the course, hit a few practice shots from different positions. But remember, pitch shots go high, so we're using a more lofted club and it's a longer swing. Chip shots go low and chip shots use a much shorter swing. So just logically, the shorter the swing, the easier the shot should be. I might have one more go with a 5-iron. So there's the 5-iron. And that's a much better shot. That's going to end up pretty close. Very happy with that. I think the 5-iron is a much better choice of club. And as I said, I choose it every day. So if you want me to take a look at your golf swing and help improve it, I've started my online coaching platform. So I'll put a link in the description below. I'll put a card up the top there. So for as little as $10 a month, you can get me to check out your golf swing and give you a golf swing evaluation using the Coach Now platform. And if you are worried about just recurring payments, you can cancel at any time. So I have 3 different price points, but the cheapest option is the $10 US. So by all means, give it a go. As I said, you can cancel at any time yourself if you don't think it's worthwhile. Thank you for letting me help you with your golf. I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.